everyone, welcome back. So we are now into week 3 of Voyage 16, and this is to pay off a balance transfer of $3,640, and I believe that's by February 13th. And for week 3, we have 3 whales joining us. So how is everyone doing today? I know Christmas is fast approaching. It's hard to believe it's already going to be next week. So I think I'm ready for it. And we do have some travels in mind of what we're going to be doing and visiting people, and I hope everyone else gets to visit all your loved ones. And so now we will jump into what the numbers did this week. So we are starting to get off plan, which is fine. We kind of anticipated this. So with Voyage 16, we had started off with December 5th of a $75 payment, December 12th of a $100 payment, and then December 19th we were planning on maybe doing $495, but this week I only did $200. A lot of it is just because I'm trying to keep the funds available, because once you put the money into this credit card, you'd have to do another balance transfer to take it back out. So what I'm going to do is just be extra cautious for this voyage and make sure I have cash on hand to pay the bills as they come up, and just have a little bit of cushion on the sidelines too. And we also gave ourselves a cushion of 2 weeks to get this paid off too. So with the $200, so we're at $3,265 is due on that balance transfer now. So it just changes the trajectory a little bit, but it should be easy to, I think, still accomplish what we want to accomplish. So we go on to the checking account. We have the payroll for $1,136.90 that entered the checking account. We did go ahead and zap the $136.90 to savings, and then we applied the $1,000 to the savings payback, since we're doing a lot of the bill paying out of the savings account for the moment, because we needed to borrow from savings and then we needed to repay the savings. So at the moment I'm just going to run things through savings and checking until we get our savings all caught up again. And with the savings, we start off with the $378.92. We did add that $136.90 from that $12.19 payroll. And then was $3.43 from a roundup thing that gave us $519.25 as a balance. And we then started adding in that savings payback for the $1,000 is broken to where on December 12th we took $800 out, so we put the $800 back in. We still owed the savings $500 for that loan line of credit. We did apply $100 toward that, so we still owe savings $400 for that loan line of credit. We did put $50 in savings to replace the money we took out for the mortgage, so we still owe $662 for mortgage. And then there was an old American Express bill from way back when. I decided to go ahead and add to the paperwork while I'm at it, and that was $50 we added to savings for that, so we still owe savings $335 for that amount. So the savings payback, we did owe savings $2,397. We did add $1,000, and then we still owe $1,397. And then when we add all those, we ended up with $1,519.25. But we also needed to take money back out of savings for this week. We did end up taking $835.74 out of savings for the bills for December 19th. And those were for a Citibank for $160.91. And that's actually not even due until, was it January 14th? But this is one of our active cards, so I just want to make sure we're having more paid down versus what we're using it for. We did take $75 in cash, and Target got paid off fully, and this was for groceries and household for that $189.32. It also, we had another gas bill, and I know we did just paid another one, but I think they are on like a 30 or 28 day cycle, where there are some months you get 2 gas bills. But we actually paid our gas bill last time kind of on the late side, and this one it had just came in, so I just went ahead and paid it right away just to give myself some time before the next one shows up. We also did $75 to another Citibank, and then we did $200 to the Discover One. And then this is where that 343 comes in again, just to even out the account and make it balance. So then with that checking and emergency fund that we're running everything through, we did have $75 in that account. We did take it out in cash, so we zeroed out that account. And then we did that $835.74 of bills, which once again was $160.91 was a Citibank, 75 cash, $189.32 for Target, $135.51 for gas bill, 75 for Citibank, and $200 for Discover One. And so that went in and out of the checking account. So that checking account is zeroed out. And then this just shows how we did on December 19th. We had $3,465 was outstanding on Discover One. We paid $200, and now that it's $3,265 is what's still owed on that Discover One. And once again, we have our captain's logs, where we started off with our first $0 to 25K, which went from Voyages 1 through 8A. And that took us from August of 2023 to August of 2024. So it took us 1 year to pay off 25K. And then it took a little bit less time to do the 50K. We went from August of 24 to June of 25. And that was Voyages 8B through Voyage 12. And we are still currently working on our 75K portion. So this one we currently have from Voyage 12 to Voyage 15 being at $74,294.25. And then as far as Voyage 16 goes, we're now at $74,669.25. So we're getting very close to hitting that 75K threshold. I don't know if we'll get it next week or the following week. So within the next 2 weeks, it's going to be another big milestone we'll hit, is hitting that 75K of debt paid off. And then this on this side just shows how we started off this voyage at $36.40. We paid off $75, so that brought us down to $35.65. And then last week we did $100, and then we did $200 this week. So we're currently at $3,265. We then look at the credit available, and these are the lines that we are eliminating. We have Discover One, which has a limit of $22,000, and this is the one where that balance transfer is on. So we currently have $3,265 as an outstanding balance. So if we absolutely had to, we'd have $18,735 available. But the plan is to start eliminating these lines and make life so much easier by not having so many. And the Visa, there was nothing that happened this week. It stayed at that 10,000 limit, still at the balance of $97.89 with $211 available, and that will change probably the first of the month when that comes, when it does the statement on the first of the month. So all of the lines, we're working on eliminating $32,000 of a limit, which would get $13,054 paid off. And currently we have $18,546 to draw upon if a extreme emergency were to happen. We then look at the December monthly bills. So this week we did that Discover One for $200. Again, that's Citibank for $160.91. The other Citibank for $75, Target, and then also the gas bill all came out. I don't believe I had this sheet on last time, and the only real addition was I updated the student loans finally. We started off student loan A as $5,596.96. We did have an increase on, we were paying, was it $99.01 as a payment, and they bumped it up to $110.49. So when that payment went through, we had $20.67 of interest. We had $89.82 of principal. So currently that student loan A has $5,507.14. The student loan B was around, what was it, $66 or something, but currently it's at $71.04. We did start off with $3,518.89 as the balance. And then once this payment hit, we had $13 for interest, and then $58.04 went to principal. So the loan ended up with $3,460.85. And then the next payment will be on January 7 on that. So now that they're adding more money, so it's going to you know, pick up how the payment's going to get more towards the principal, so it's going to pick up speed on getting paid down. And I was kind of surprised by how there was only $20.67 and then $13 for the interest, so there's a lot less being picked up in interest than what there had been. So even next month they'll be even smaller, so it'll, and but at the same time I think it's still slotted for like maybe 4 years till it pays off. So anyway, one of these things is once we get the credit card debt, student loans are next, so we'll see where they're at when we finally get to them. And so if you follow me this far into the video, the code word will be presents. So please like and subscribe to follow my debt journey. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.